Yo, seriously, this cast is like the Black Avengers of actors. Like, seriously, up and down the board. Like, there's so much black excellence in this film, and that's just the start of it because the film is fantastic, and I can't wait to get into the review. So let's start the review of the new film, The Devil You Know. Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the film The Devil You Know, which is going to be releasing in theaters April 1st. Then I got word that AMC is going to be releasing it one day early, making that March 31st. So totally go out and check this out because this film is fantastic. But as I said, it's like the Black Avengers of actors. This is black excellence up and down the board. Before we even get into the cast, I got to go right now with the writer and director in Charles Murray. And then you got Michael Catlett. You have Vaughn Hebron. You have Michael Beach. You have BJ Britt. You have Omar Epps. You have Michael Ealy. Vanessa Cowans. I mean, come on now. Really? What do we like? For real, for real? And then also Theo Rossi's in this as well, too. He's not black, but yes, he's here. But it's a fantastic cast up and down the board. And I think that alone should make you want to check out the film. But beyond that, the film is just really good. It's really good. With the theme of being your brother's keeper and to what extent would you go to protect your family? It's a lot of good messages in this film. It's a lot of commentary that may come out of this film too. I think there's also going to be a lot of relationable factors within it, where you're going to kind of look at these things and kind of mirror your own life and say like, well, what would you have done in these situations? Or what did you do in these situations? And beyond all of that, I think it's also just a display of black excellence. Seeing the black families in this capacity when there's like a underlying secret within it. And seeing how families stick up for one another. I mean, this has a lot of good messages. The importance of Sunday dinner, I think, is another thing. While one thinks it's just about, food being served and the family coming together on Sunday dinner, it's also like the place where you kind of face the judge, jury, and executioner of your family. Basically, where all the truth could come out. So at times, jail may be more safer than going to Sunday dinner. You know what I mean? But yeah, the cast is just fantastic up and down the board. And it's really led by Omar Epps, who plays Marcus. Marcus is just trying to get his life together. He had recently just did jail time for manslaughter. He's getting out and he's trying to repair it. He's got a job. He's trying to figure out his love life. And, some time passed and he got it all kind of on track. He's doing good. He's thriving. But his little brother, Drew, played by William Catlett, I'm going to just simply say he's kind of going down the same path that Marcus kind of came from. And he's getting himself into trouble. He's the middle child. But he's sort of just, he's just not, he's making bad choices. That's just the easiest way I can say this. And with that, that's all just, circled around with their family. Their family's all there. They got two other brothers. The mom and dad is very much there. They have all sorts of different things happening. Now, with that being said, the opening act is very intriguing. But, with about 30 minutes of character building, after that, things get to rolling. The plot starts to unravel here. And that's where you start to see more of a crescendo of a story. Things are building and building and building and getting to a point where things eventually just explode. So I thought the pacing, the plot of the film and the story, the messages, all of that is good. So therefore, the writing and the script, fantastic, and the actors came to play up and down the board. I didn't even name everybody. I'm still thinking about other folks that's in the film. Hey, yo, go check out the IMDb. This cast is stacked for real. With that being said, I also just love and appreciate the camaraderie amongst the brothers, where like there is definitely a differences in personality, but they love each other. They got each other's back. So, but when they have conversations, the dialogue with them is so strong, so powerful, and like it's just, I don't know, man. Something about it was just really moving. I just really love to see how you have four black men come together, talking about some real life stuff, and just like how moving the conversation was and whatnot. But this film is filled with twists and just so many loops and just left and right, you have trust being broken. It's just moments of wow. And ultimately, the film just kept getting better and better. What I really loved about this film is how the film, along with the action, was really dialogue driven. There's a lot of clues within certain conversations amongst characters that isn't just like a big bright moment of like, oh my God, he said this. Like, you really gotta pay attention at all times, because like I feel like any bit of question that you had in terms of the plot development, you probably just missed it. Cause like seriously, just like low key moments where you just like, wait, did he really just say, oh my God? Like, and like it could be a big plot point. And then you will finally get the discovery within a piece of the dialogue that like kind of goes under the radar. And I love that actually, because it's attention to detail. You need to be paying attention to what's going on. And like with these brothers, with the family, everybody having really strong, passionate stances on everything that's happening, you have to pay attention to what everybody's saying. And matter of fact, because I don't know if I really addressed this too, but beyond Marcus trying to get his life back together, and as I said, Drew actually getting himself into trouble, Marcus is suspicious that Drew may actually be an accomplice in a murder. And he's trying to decide if he really is. His brother's obviously saying he's not. So does he believe him? Does he continue to further to drive the investigation? And he has to kind of piece this all together while still trying to keep and maintain his own life. Now, folks, I will tell you, because I'm pretty sure you want to know, Michael Ealy does not play a creepy ex, boyfriend, husband, or any of that. He actually plays a cop that's kind of overstepping at times. I mean, he kind of appears always at the wrong time. He's like a telemarketer call where you're just like, really? You're here? You're calling me now? You know, he kind of has that presence. So like, it still is kind of creepy, I guess, but it's not his traditional style of creepy where he always is that really obsessed boyfriend or ex or whatever it may be. So he can play different roles, folks. Y'all better stop playing with Michael Ealy. But like I said, you know, with this whole thing of this whole home invasion where a family, a mother and a father was killed, and then their kid was put in a coma in 3 months, the whole town is trying to figure out who did it. And there are suspects, and they do bring in Drew and 2 other accomplices, one being Al, played by Theo Rossi, and they are released because there's not enough information on them. But yet that still keeps the cops on, that still keeps Drew on the cops' radar, which Marcus knows a lot about because he also just dealt with that. You know what I mean? So it's that connection factor about trying to protect your brother from the same thing you went through, understanding how the system worked, but also did your brother do it? And what if he did do it? Do you give him up? How do you act and all those sorts of things? So it's all those sorts of different things kind of happening. And it just really makes for a good solid film. It's 2 hours, good solid pacing. The production's good, the storytelling's good. And Omar, I just got to say, like, he just really, really brought it, like, for real. I got to say, like, at the end of this film, he really brought this T.O. performance. Y'all remember when T.O. was doing a press conference and he started crying and he was like, that's my quarterback? I cannot believe Omar did the same thing, but he was like, that's my brother. Same energy. It's the funniest thing ever, and that's the only thing I'm gonna spoil about the film. Like, it's crazy that he did that. But there is a good message within this film. The writer and director, Charles Murray, dedicated this to his brothers, which you see a photo of him and his brothers at the end, alongside with him and the cast who were brothers, who I'm guessing he considers much like his brothers and coming to do this. And I gotta say also too, if you actually look at Charles' previous projects, a lot of the people that he's worked with in the past also are backing in. So that just shows you he's just a reputable person, a likable person that people want to continue to work with. So I'm pretty sure that these actors aren't just actors, but they're actually like family to him. And it means a lot more for folks to work with folks that they really respect and care about. And that's why this project really radiates the way it does. It's not only just feels like a passion project for him, but for everybody involved. So like overall, it's just a solid display of black excellence, like for real. And even if you take that away, it's just a solid film, period. Super good, worth a watch. I think this is going to be underrated, and I think that's why I'm going to scream this to the top of my lungs, like, go watch this and go tell people. It was really good. I had a good time with it, and I know you will. And like I said, pay attention. There's a lot of little clues in this film. There's a lot of little messages. there's definitely things you will take away from it, and it will invoke commentary. So there is that. But this is The Devil You Know. Check it out. We'll be in theaters. Jump in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about it when you do. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.
Big old bell.